Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. New developments in Romania. Who celebrates the suspension of democracy in Romania? That's how I would call it. A political coup d'etat organized by the promoters of freedom and democracy. Who they? Al Capone. All right, as I said, Romania is an occupied country, politically, militarily, economically, and culturally. What do we have here? Oh, first, since I speak about Romania, I would like to show you my patriotism and my nationalism by wearing this Romanian traditional shirt. Now, I want you to take me seriously, as you would take a person showing you his spirituality or belief in God, hanging a little cross, or someone waving a flag of a country. They are as patriots as me, all right? And you have to take me seriously with this one. My point is this. What's inside here, and the balls that show you who you really are, not your expression of shirts. That's why I'm wearing this shirt, just to make a point. All right, so what's going on here? As you know, Georgescu was out. Why? Because he won, and he's not supposed to win. Why? He wants and puts Romania first, like the Germans put Deutschland first, or the Americans should put America first. Israel puts Israel first, and that's the way it should be. Well, if you're an occupied country, you do what the boss tells you. So we have a little bit of an understanding here I will have an article from the Russians to show you how the Russians view Romania's situation and what Romania means strategically for Russia and why they're a bit upset with Romania being part of NATO, for obvious reasons. I will show you two maps. I will show you a country, a democratic country called Ukraine, with a Zelensky Stein in charge of that country, supporting the suspension of democracy in Romania. Why? Because he did the same thing in Ukraine. Remember, Ukraine has been under the martial law since what? February 2022, and it's going to be like that. He suspended the elections according to the Ukrainian constitution. So obviously he likes when constitution is suspended, when people would vote the wrong way, quote unquote. So I will go over that as well, and I will show you how Romania lost its sovereignty a long time ago. How do you lose your sovereignty? Well, if you're indebted and you can't pay that back, what do you think will happen? They will send the police and they will seize whatever properties you used as a collateral, or the people that you used as collateral. So Romanian people are a little bit fatter, but they are prisoners. They're incarcerated. We'll talk about that little perspective. The way I see the incarceration of the European Union countries, they eat better, but they are in a cage. You like that? Okay, you deserve that. I don't like that. I'd rather be a little bit more skinnier, okay, and sometimes hungry, but be free, than being fed with whatever these guys are giving us, but not free. Just different values, I guess. So let's start with the first article and show you who likes what's going on in Romania, another democratic country. The new voice of Ukraine. Ukraine expresses solidarity with Romania over Russian election meddling. Are they okay with United States of America meddling? Or with other countries like Israel through Mossad? Are they okay with that? Yeah. Why? Because this is their values, the new European values. We win, we're all good. We lose, we're gonna ban them. We're gonna do something that we win somehow, regardless. Change the rules while playing. But hey, you can't do that. Only we can do that. You know why? Because we're better than you. How do I know that? I identify as such. No. You can't identify yourself as such. Only I have the right to do that. Do you know why? You see this? Because of this. All right. So these guys are happy with the suspension of the Romanian democracy, which was a shifty thing until, the right people won and then it was perfect. And Russian election meddling. You know what happened over there? Some claim, it's allegations, that the Russians paid some influencers, right, to talk about Russia not in a shitty way. And that was bad. Why? We have to listen only what mommy and daddy allow us to listen to. Why? Because we're free. Remember, we live in the free world. Romania is part of the free world, but you can't listen to what we tell you not to listen to. All right, that's the first one. Let's see why Romania is so important for NATO and for the free world. Sputnik. What makes Romania so important for United States anti-Russia strategy? Now, this is a Russian media outlet, obviously. They have their own agenda. All right, now I have to say something before I go into this. I read the comments, and sometimes I comment back, sometimes I make videos commenting on the comments made. And the purpose of doing that is not to embarrass anybody. I think that's how I view it, to give you more details of what I said this or answering your questions. And sometimes it's an educational process. I give certain people who are not very positive on my videos, how about this, how about that. So I will just, I read a comment by someone I suspect is Romanian, because mostly they are nasty to me. They're right, they can do whatever, but as I said, I'm going to be back and we're going to change that culture, don't worry. We're going to make it better. You'll see what that means. So this person said that I lied by saying that Călin Georgescu called on Romanians to protest. No, I didn't lie. Now I'm going to make a little explanation. When you write a thesis, you come with a thesis and say, this is what I think about this. And then in all that, you don't use the thesis name. It's like, let's say you are an idiot. Let's say Gigi is an idiot, or that whomever made a comment is an idiot. All right. I'm not going to say through my entire work, I'm not going to say he's an idiot. That's stupid. It's not the way you do it. You bring arguments and then that supports the thesis. He is an idiot. So when Călin Georgescu, explanation for you, when Călin Georgescu urged Romanians or called on Romanians to protest, it didn't mean they're going to go in the streets. So that's not a lie. It was what the conclusion was of what he said. He said protest by going and vote. Got that? Simple? All right. I thank you very much for commenting that, and you learned something today. I hope you will be a better Romanian from now on, or whatever you are. So let's go to this one. Here it is. What makes Romania so important? Let's see what these guys say. The first round of Romania's presidential elections saw candidate Călin Georgescu, who is critical of NATO, gain significant support, prompting a swift response from the US with veiled threats. Correct? Correct. Why is Romania so crucial to the US interest that it would threaten to withhold security cooperation and investments? That is, I give you money, you can't be paying me back. That means you owe me, I own you. Over political shifts. A former member of the Warsaw Pact, Romania is now a part of NATO's eastern flank and stands at the forefront of the bloc's effort to threaten Russia. Okay, why is that? I'm going to show you a map. Let's start with this map. This is Ukraine. This is where the war is. And Romania is right here. All right, this is Romania. This is the Black Sea. So obviously Romania is needed, as Poland is needed, as Slovakia is needed, as Hungary. These guys refused. Why? Because they're not owned. But these guys are owned. These guys are owned. And these guys goes without saying that they're a non-country. Why? All right, we're going to explain that later. So, of course, they are positioned very well. Let me show you another map. This is the map of Europe. This is Romania here. This is how Ukraine used to be, right here. This is Russia. So, obviously, it's positioned. NATO is like this. Look at my cursor. All right, here, this is Turkey. Then you got Bulgaria, then you got Romania, you got Hungary, you got Slovakia, you got Poland, you go here Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and you go here, you got Finland, and you go here, and you got Norway here, you got Sweden. So all these guys are right here. When the good people of the free worlds promise the Soviets, / in this case the Russians, no inch eastward expansion of NATO, they were right here. Here, half of Germany was here, right? Now, over here, Austria, right here, and that ended here. So this is where they were, right here. Now they're right here, and Russia should not be feeling threatened, including Finland was not, but it was Norway. Now these two are. So understand. Now, if you think that's stupid, I want you to be Russia for a few seconds and see how you'd like it. And if you like it, you deserve to be a vassal state. All right, let's move to the continuation of this article. Romania's Black Sea coast make it a convenient route for shipping weapons to Kiev, and that is right here. Romanian coast, right here. They go right straight here to Odessa. This is Ukraine this was Romania and should be probably one day. This is Bessarabia, this is Bukovina, taken and given to Ukraine. Given to Ukraine, all right? If you don't believe me, just read history. NATO military infrastructure in Romania serves as springboard to launch drones such as MQ-9 Reaper, for example, to spy from neutral airspace over the Black Sea on Russia's activities and to potentially coordinate Ukrainian attacks against Russian territory. Its status as a Black Sea country helps NATO justify its naval presence in that particular part of the globe. Romania's border with Moldova allows NATO to threaten Transnistria, a breakaway Moldova enclave locked between Moldova and Ukraine, where a contingent of Russian peacekeeper is stationed. The Mihail Kogalnicharu Air Base, located near Constanța, that is right here, near Constanța, who is the biggest air base NATO in Europe, is expected to become NATO's largest military base in Europe. This expansion threatens to turn Romania into an unsinkable aircraft carrier. Americans will fight with Romanians from far away, so the Russians will hit you, not the Americans, a sword that sides right on Russia's doorstep. The Deveshelu military base near Caracal hosts the U.S. Baba ballistic missile system that Romanians cannot touch. It's only the Americans, because we are allies, whose Mk-41 launchers may be used to lob missiles, such as examples of Tomahawk cruise missiles at Russia. Got it? We're cool right now? No, if Georgescu comes over, these guys might lose that one. I don't think they're going to lose, but nevertheless, let's see what's going on here with Georgescu. What did he say wrong? Here, Sputnik. Romanian's presidential candidate Georgescu calls on United States to respect country's sovereignty. And Ukraine said what? Russian election intermeddling. So he said something that US should stay the fuck out regarding country's sovereignty. Why? They have military presence in Romania. What did he say? So he said that welcomes US attention to events in the country, but stressed that any attempts of external interference are unacceptable. So how are these guys doing again? Move to the last article for today. Again, from the evil Russians. But remember, you have to look at all sides. Romania losing sovereignty over $200 billion of national debt, presidential candidate. Is it true? Is it true? Romania is losing its sovereignty due to its rising national debt, which now exceeds $200 billion, Romanian independent presidential candidate Călin Georgescu said. The global financial system is on the verge of collapse, and Romania is losing its sovereignty due to a rising national debt, which now exceeds $200 billion. All of this is the result of policies aimed to enriching elites at the expenses of the people. Now let's talk about it. I don't know how you are. This is a different view on how you should live your life. Some people would like to use live their lives like the Romanian saying or proverb, or how you want to call it, capul plecat, sabia nu-l taie. That is, the bowed head, the sword is not gonna cut. I don't live by that. I always, since I was, I think, the third grade, second grade, when my teacher said that, using it, I was like, that's not right. I don't want to be like that. I'm not like that. What do you mean? How about fighting? And maybe, die while fighting. Remember it was Georgescu's books, one of his poems, it said something about better fight than being a chained, lion or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it was, but something like this. So he said, you better fight than be a chained lion over there. So the same, I rather like the Serbs. That's why I like the Serbs. That's why I like the Croats, because they have bowls, right? They don't want to be enslaved. Yeah, the Serbs right now are a little bit more thinner as bodies. They eat a little bit worse. I'm exaggerating, but they're free. The Romanians are fatter, but they're not free. So what do you want to be? I want to be, as I said, thinner a little bit, but freer than being on someone's, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, but eating better. I don't want to eat better and be a slave. I want to eat a little bit worse, but be free. Romania is the first option. And a cage. So that's what it is. I never liked the indebtment of a country. Remember Ceausescu, that evil guy, left us with zero national debt. I think nowadays in the whole world are two countries that are not indebted. Maybe. United States is the most indebted country in the world. Most. But we're fat. But But are we free? No, because when supposedly these banks come for their money, they're gonna get the money somehow, even though we have the weapons. Isn't that strange? I think these guys are gonna go like this forever. Why? That's the way to have us, yes, sir, we have to do this. We can't do this because we don't have money. You can have money if you want, but hey, you decide to go with these guys. Why? Your economy sucks. Romania. So you're part of a system, interdependent system, where the guys in the European Union told the Romanians, no, you can't produce this much amount of wine anymore. You have to produce this much. You know why? Because the producers of the European Union of wine are France and Italy. It was decided. And the Romanians said, yes, sir, we're not going to have this production, we're going to have this production. Romania was, I think, the third world producing country of wine on the communist times. No, Chile and everybody else, they right now are big shots. No. Romania was the third. After the so-called revolution, Romania is not even in the first 10, if I remember correctly. Why? I don't know, man. I don't know. You are doing what you're told. So Romania is indebted, $200 billion. Who's going to pay for that? Who? Imagine you have this kind of debt. What are you going to do? The bank can you up whenever you want. Do you sleep well nights? Yeah, because you think, I'm going to die. A country doesn't die. It's generations. It's children. It's, the future generations. Your nation will be chained forever to some guys in charge of your country because of the policies made by some guys in charge of you who won elections democratically. You understand that? Do you understand that your children and children of your children will be on those guys' plantation forever? And we know who did it. We have the names of the politicians, of those guys, the foreign ministers, the finance ministers, the prime ministers, and so on. Like, for instance, Petre Roman. Petre Roman should be tried right now. Not only him, many others. Many others. So here is, my friends, Georgescu is concerned with our freedom and our sovereignty. But Ukraine is A-okay with that. So, what do you think? Remember, when you have a thesis, you don't repeat the name of the thesis all the time during your arguments that you bring. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.